Kenny Pickett might be packing his bags sooner than expected. And if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you better buckle up. Training camp drama is heating up, and it looks like the Browns' quarterback room is about to get a serious shakeup. Is Pickett's hamstring injury just bad timing, or is it the writing on the wall that his time in Cleveland is nearly over? Stick around, because we're breaking down everything you need to know about Pickett's status, the Browns' brutal schedule, and the ripple effect it could have across the entire NFL quarterback landscape. Before we dive in, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get into it. Just a few weeks ago, Kenny Pickett was viewed as one of the top 2 quarterback options on the Browns' depth chart, right alongside veteran Joe Flacco. Between the two, they had all the real NFL experience in Cleveland's quarterback room. The young guns, Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, were talented but untested. Fast forward to training camp, and suddenly it feels like the winds are shifting. A hamstring injury has sidelined Pickett, and with it, possibly his shot at winning the starting job, or even staying on the team at all. Let's zoom out and look at the big picture. The Browns are staring down the barrel of a brutal opening 6-week stretch. These early games are going to set the tone for their entire season. That means they can't afford to play games when it comes to who lines up under center. They need answers now. And while Pickett was expected to be a contender for the QB1 job, that hamstring injury couldn't have come at a worse time. On August 3rd, Pickett spoke to reporters and dropped a quote that may have sealed his fate. "I'll have to manage it whenever I'm back, probably a few weeks after, based on the injury and where I'm at." In other words, even after he returns to practice, Pickett admits he won't be playing at 100%. That's a big problem when the Browns are looking to name a starter before he's even full go in practice. Coach Kevin Stefanski didn't sugarcoat things either. When asked about Pickett's availability for upcoming joint practices with the Carolina Panthers, he offered no commitment. That's a bad sign when Cleveland's first preseason game is right around the corner, August 8th to be exact. Most league insiders believe the Browns will make their QB1 decision by mid-August. If Pickett's not ready by then, he's probably not in the running. And here's where things get interesting. If Kenny Pickett can't win the job, and the Browns are already loaded with 2 promising rookies and a seasoned veteran in Joe Flacco, what exactly is Pickett's role? The answer: he might not have one at all. It doesn't make sense to carry 4 quarterbacks into the regular season, especially when one of them is dealing with an injury and might not be able to contribute until well into September. And make no mistake, Week 1 is coming fast. The Browns open their season on September 7th against the Bengals. If Pickett isn't 100% by then, his trade value could dip, or Cleveland might just cut their losses. Now let's talk trade. NFL teams are always on the lookout for quarterback depth. All it takes is one injury in preseason, or one team realizing their backup situation is shaky, and suddenly a 5th-round pick for Kenny Pickett sounds like a bargain. He's not a star, but he's got starting experience. He's smart, tough, and capable of leading an offense in a pinch. And best of all, his injury isn't long-term. He'll be ready by September. Think about it. A team like the Raiders, Patriots, or even the Seahawks could use a quality backup. And if you're the Browns, why not recoup some draft capital instead of letting a guy like Pickett sit on the bench, or take up a roster spot you could give to a developing rookie? The writing's been on the wall for a few days now, but Pickett's own comments really drove the point home. He said this injury would give him a great opportunity just to work from the pocket, trying to spin the situation in a positive light. But in reality, when a quarterback says he'll be limited in mobility and he's fighting for a job, that's not reassuring. That's damage control. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders missed a recent practice with shoulder soreness. But unless his injury is serious, or Dillon Gabriel or Flacco go down, it's hard to justify keeping Pickett on the roster. Cleveland has to make a strategic choice. And with all signs pointing to a fast-paced decision-making process, Pickett may simply be the odd man out. Let's not forget, this is the NFL. Nothing stays quiet for long. If word is already trickling out that Pickett might not fit in the Browns' timeline, you better believe other GMs are paying attention. A team could come calling any day now, looking to snatch up a serviceable veteran before the regular season hits full speed. And don't be surprised if the Browns answer that call, ready to deal. Kenny Pickett's time in Cleveland might not be over just yet, but it's clear that the clock is ticking, and fast. So what's next for Kenny Pickett? Will he find a new home before Week 1? Could he slide into a backup role somewhere else? Or even get another shot as a starter if an injury opens the door? One thing's for sure. The Browns' quarterback situation is one of the hottest storylines in the league right now, and you won't want to miss a beat. Drop a comment below. Do you think the Browns should keep Pickett, trade him, or ride with the rookies? Hit that like button if you're fired up for the NFL season. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update. More training camp drama, quarterback controversies, and surprise trades coming your way right here. Stay locked in. And